Hey everyone, it's Maddie. I'm just here today to do a little impromptu TBR. I didn't plan on filming anything today, but then I saw Simon from Savage Reads post a TBR for a readathon that I didn't even know was happening. And when I watched it and then watched the announcement video and saw the prompts, I was like, oh, I want to do this. It's taking place this weekend. I'm posting this video on Friday, so I will probably start tonight, Friday night. But the actual dates for the readathon is March 28th through 29th, but Simon said that it makes sense to start on Friday, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to read. It's going to be not a very long TBR. It's only for a couple days. But I don't have anything going on this weekend. I mean, much like everyone else, there's not a lot going on this weekend. So I just have all the time to read. Okay, so while we go through my TBR, I'm going to be drinking the Lovely Lady Brewing Company 9th Island Pineapple Sour. It's so cute. The art on it is so cute. This is another one that I haven't tried, so we'll give it a go, see how I like it. That's good. Love that. Okay. So, there's 4 actual prompts for this readathon, and then there are 3 extra prompts. And so I'm doing the 4 regular prompts and then 1 of the extra prompts, but we'll get to that. So the first prompt is to read a book by a favorite author. A secondary sort of thing that I'm doing for this is that I'm only reading books that I own. My libraries are closed right now. And while I do have ebooks and audiobooks, I have so many books that I own that I haven't read that I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. So, book by my favorite author, well, it's by a favorite author, okay, because I don't know if I have one single favorite author, but one of my favorite authors is Riley Sager, so I will be reading The Last Time I Lied. I have read both of his other books. I read The Final Girls first, and that one I thought was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing ever. I do like horror movies a lot, so I think I may have liked it more than other people, but it wasn't as thrilling as I wanted it to be. But Lock Every Door was one of my favorite books I read last year. It was just everything I wanted. I think I read it in a day. It was fantastic. So I'm going to be reading The Last Time I Lied. This one I know takes place at a summer camp. I believe it was closed down because some girls were murdered there, and one girl survived. And then, excuse me, and then they're now opening the camp back up, and that girl's going back, I think maybe to try to figure out exactly what happened or to uncover secrets or something like that. But it's Riley Sager. I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it. This is what some people say is their favorite one of his. And I was sort of saving it for summertime because it takes place at a summer camp, but I want to escape into summer camp right now. That would be amazing. So that's why I'm reading that one. The next prompt is to read a book you've been saving for a rainy day. This is actually a book I started reading. I am 86 pages into it, but I may restart it. I'm not sure. But I started reading, this is The Dry by Jane Harper. I started reading this for, I believe, some other readathon. I'm not certain what it was, but I was really enjoying it. Physically reading it, but I was trying to listen to the audiobook as well, and the narrator of the audiobook has an Australian accent. This book takes place in Australia, and I just was having a really hard time following what he was saying, because I like to listen on extra sped up, so with the accent and the extra speed, it was just not working out for me. So I'm gonna give it a go physically. But The Dry, you're following a detective. His name is Aaron Falk, and he has returned to his hometown because a friend of his from childhood has died. And he is asked to investigate. Oh, he gets a note that says, Luke, who's his friend, Luke lied, you lied, be at the funeral. So that's the only reason he really comes to the funeral. This is him investigating kind of what happened, but I know a lot of people really like Jane Harper's writing. The next prompt is to read a book that is short and sweet. This book is short. I'm not so sure about the sweet part. I don't read a lot of sweet books. So I chose The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. This book it's less than 200 pages, and it's not exactly sweet, but it's short, This book, you're following a solicitor who has to go to a house that's kind of like out in the country, and the woman who lived there recently died, and I think he's just doing some sort of work to do with her estate, but I think there's a ghost there, and that's all I really know. Daniel Radcliffe's in the movie, so I will be able to watch the movie after I read this, so that's exciting. And oh, the last prompt is read a book that's set in your favorite historical time period. And then Simon kind of said, like, it doesn't have to be historical, it can be any time period, or just like a historical type fiction book that is in your comfort zone. It's basically just read something from a different time or whatever. I'm not a big historical fiction reader, so I just decided to read a book that is quite old and was written a long time ago, and I chose The Hidden Staircase by Carolyn Keene. This is a Nancy Drew mystery. Nancy Drew mystery story. I read a bunch of these when I was a little kid, and have since, I went to my used bookstore, and they had like a ton of these yellow spine, hardcover Nancy Drews. These are the ones that I grew up reading, and so I'm trying to collect a bunch of them, but I reread The Secret of the Old Clock last year, and just fell back in love. I was actually listening to the audiobook for that, and Laura Linney reads them, and it was just wonderful. But this is just going to be like a very comforting, nostalgic type read for me, and I think it's perfect for this time and for this readathon because it's going to go pretty quick. It's Nancy Drew, the writing is huge, and this is written for children or like young teens, so it should go pretty fast. Let's see what happens in this one. Well, I don't know what happens in this one. I don't know, but there's lovely artwork in it. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what is the story of this, but it's a mystery. Nancy Drew has to solve something. If you read a Nancy Drew, you kind of know the drill. Then the last prompt is to read for at least 24 hours within the 48, technically, but I'm going to read for more than 48 hours, or do this readathon for more than 48 hours, but reading for 24 hours, I'm going to try. I'm not really going to like time myself, so I guess I'm gonna just try to read as much as I can within 48 hours. That's more of my goal. But I do have one other book that I would like to get to in this time if I have the time. And like I said, I'm not doing anything else, so it's very possible that I could get to this book. But this is an arc that is actually out now, but I have been wanting to read this and I just haven't yet, and I'm really excited. But it's Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble, and I've heard only good things about this, and the cover is just amazing. Like, I just want to devour this book with my whole soul. This book you're following, it's based, I don't know if it's specifically like she said it's based on, but it's pretty much based on the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case, where her mom had Munchausen by proxy and was essentially like faking that her daughter was really sick. So she was getting like all of these treatments for these diseases that she didn't have, and it was like making her teeth fall out and all this horrible stuff. Well, this book we're following Rose Gold, who went through the same thing that the real life Gypsy Rose went through, but her mom went to prison. And in this book, her mom has just gotten out of prison, and to everyone's surprise, Rose Gold invites her to come live with her. And I think this is like a revenge story, and that's kind of exciting because her mom may be getting her comeuppance, and I kind of like that. So, yeah, those are the books that I'm going to read. For the book HiBearnation Readathon, the readathon that Simon is hosting this weekend. I don't know if I mentioned that was the name of it, but it is. Hopefully I put it on the screen. I'm excited. Hopefully I get this edited and up on Friday. And then, yeah, hopefully you're going to join along. And, yeah, it's nice. We'll just all sit in our houses and read. What's better than that? Nothing to me. But if you like this video, you want to see more TBRs from me, or you want to see my thoughts on these books at the end of the month, please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you would like to see more content from me, like what I thought of these books at the end of the month when I wrap it up. And yeah, leave a comment down below with if you've read any of these books, what you think, what you're going to be reading for this readathon. Have you been reading a lot more during this time of being home a lot more? Anyway, that's going to do it for me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.